It's just been so exciting. I love him.
Are you surprised, though, at the scrutiny that you've experienced?
I don't really care. I mean, I feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
It raised eyebrows when the divorce papers were filed in New York instead of California. Katie allegedly filed on the East Coast, thinking her chances for sole custody would be better because New York courts generally grant sole custody to one of the parents when there is a conflict. Tom is not letting that fly. He'll allegedly file for divorce in California and ask that the New York divorce proceedings be stopped because the family, in fact, according to them, lived in L.A. full-time. Celebrity divorce lawyer Randy Kessler, who's a family law professor at John Marshall Law School in Atlanta, current chair of the ABA Family Law Section, joins us. Randy, what is your view? Do you sense a custody battle is brewing here, and how will it shake down in your view?
It sounds like a custody battle, and we hate using words like custody battle, custody dispute, custody difference of opinion. But, you know, Mike from TMZ, he seems to know his law pretty well, but the bottom line is no matter where they're divorced, the judge is going to give the final decision-making to the parent who's better able to do that. So whether it's New York or California, and it's really not a question of which state is best, it's a question of where was their residence. Mike Mossberg and Jonathan Wolf, Katie's two lawyers, are wonderful lawyers, they're astute lawyers, and they would not have filed in New York if that was not an appropriate basis for filing. I mean, if you've been in a state for 6 months or longer, that's the state that has custody jurisdiction.
Randy, you've handled a number of high-profile cases. In this particular case, it does not look like money is an issue. There was allegedly a prenup that would give Katie something like $3 million for every year they've been married, but that doesn't appear to be the main issue. The main bone of contention, or discussion, if you will, is Suri and her well-being. What does the judge have to look at in determining custody? Because you can't use religion necessarily as anything in determining which parent gets the child, correct?
Right. Well, and it all comes down to who the judge is, because, you know, judges have their own baggage, their own common sense, their own history, and really there's one standard that applies in family law for custody, and that's what's in the child's best interest. You can't decide ahead of time in a prenup who should have custody because you don't know what the circumstances will be 6 years later. So this judge is going to have to figure out what is in Suri's best interest, and the lawyers are going to do a good job of saying if Suri's in control of the mom's going to do some good things, some stable decision-making, or if custody is given to Tom Cruise, there'll be bad decisions made. And they're going to have to convince the judge that the more stable parent, the more decisive parent, and the parent that's better able to take care of Suri's best interest is the mom. And nothing is predetermined. You know, there's no mom gets custody because she's the mom or dad gets custody because it's New York or California. It's all a clean slate when they start off.